Hi everyone, it's Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life. I know, I just can't help myself, especially around back to school time. Planner haul, stationery. Here we go. Well, hi everyone, it's Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. Today, I have some things to share with you that I picked up at Five Below, and I just can't help myself when it comes to school supplies and that kind of thing. So, just quickly wanted to share a few things that I picked up. Some great prices, looks like some great quality products, so let's get into it real quick. Here's the overall haul. I'm going to break it down into Post-it notes, pens, and then notebooks. Okay, so for our Post-it notes, we have some really cute different colors here. I love the colors of these. That's what attracted me to them. And let me show you what they look like on the inside. So here we have two separate things. These are actually some page flags that you can see there's quite a few of them in the stack. And there are 6 different colors, which are very cool. And then these are dot grid, if you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. They are dot grid, and there are 4 different packs of those. And they have these great top tabs on them, and then a dot grid section below. So that's pretty awesome. So that's the one pack, and the other pack is kind of the blues and pinks and grays. Love those. And for $1 a piece, you really can't beat that. Another set of Post-it notes that I got were these hexagon notes, also for $1. Let me show you those. These are marble Post-it notes, and they are sticky from about this section up, and they are very sticky, which is very nice. I'll show you them in the notebook here in just a second. Love these, by the way. And then these last sets of sticky notes were also $1. And this one I got because of what the sticky note says. So let me show you. It says up here, number, which I guess you could put a number there of something that you wanted, and then the date that you did it, and it says words to live by. Now, I'm somebody who loves quotes and notes from books and that kind of thing, so I was thinking here that words to live by would be nice if I put down a quote from a book that I read, and then the source, and then the interpretation, how I think that would work in my life. So I liked these a lot. There's quite a few of them here. I could use them in my book journal. I could use them in my spiritual journal. I could use them in a lot of different places. I just thought that was very cool. Plus, I love the rose color. And last but not least, I'm not sure how I'm going to use these. There are 100 sheets of these, and they are like a daily tracker. And so there are all these circles. I'll hold it up higher so you can see. All of these circles going around, and I think there are 30 different spaces, and then there's also a place here for breakfast, lunch, dinner across the bottom, so kind of some meal tracking kinds of things. But again, for $1, I thought they were pretty cute. All right, moving on to some of the pens that I picked up. These 2 sets were probably some of the most expensive pens that I picked up, and they were $4.25 at Five Below, and they come in different colors. You see there's a more neutral set and a more vibrant set. They remind me a lot of the Micron pens. Let's see if I can pull one off and show you the tip. So you see the tip there is a very fine tip. It's a fine liner, 0.5 for the tip. And again, I have a pen test in the notebook that I'll show you in just a minute. I thought these were pretty good as well, especially a cost-effective alternative for fine lining micro pens. And I love the colors, and I'll show you why in just a minute, because they go so well with the notebook that I picked out. Now this set is an interesting set. There are 16 pens in here for $5, and they're labeled as scented felt tip pens, which I love the flare tip pens, and I thought, well, if this is kind of a dupe for those, that would be great. When I got them home and looked at them, they're not actually felt tip pens at all. Again, I will show you the tip. It's more like a fine liner there. And actually the pen even says fine liner, and the lavender color and scent is listed there on the side, which is kind of cool. But again, I love these kind of dusty, muted colors. Look at that, how pretty they are. Okay, and again, I got these to go with a notebook that I chose, which I will show you next. Okay, I actually picked up two notebooks. One has this O-ring binder, and it has a hard cardstock type cover on it, and it is about a 7 by 10 inch, and it's 240 pages, as you can see here on the back. And again, this came from Five Below. The rings are pretty sturdy. It is just a plain lined notebook on the inside, as you can see, and the pages are actually quite thick. And back here in the back, or actually in the middle, I went ahead and pulled out some of the Post-it notes that I used, so you can see how nicely that sticks on there. These page flags also stick on there really well. There's the hexagon with its Post-it section there. And I even put one of the daily trackers here, highlighting my new stationery. 30 spaces going around, so that looks really cool. You can see here I did a pen test, so this section here is all of these felt tip fine liners, and you can see the colors here. This is the lavender one up here at the top, and I just thought the colors were very, very pretty. I like the way that they write. In this book. And then if you turn over, you can see not too much going on in the back there. Mostly where I colored and did the scribble part here, you know, where the lines overlap each other. But just where I wrote down here, you can't see anything on that. Again, this notebook will probably be used for me to track the online church services that I am in charge of running. If you're interested in seeing how I do the setup for my church services each week and the notes that I take, leave me a comment below and I will be happy to do that video for you. But in looking at the cover of this journal and the pen colors that were here, I just thought they all blended together so nicely. So that's kind of why I picked up this pen set. Moving on to the last journal that I bought. This one also came from Five Below. You see it is kind of a Happy Planner dupe. I paid $5 for this one. It is a 5-subject disc notebook, and it has repositional paper and dividers. It has a poly tab divider and 2 poly pockets. So let's look at that. The cover on this is kind of a soft vinyl that looks like it would not bend very well, would be nice and water resistant in case anything ever got on it. So I think that's great. You see the plastic rings here, the plastic discs on the side, and there are 11 of them. This is an 8.5 by 11 size, or a big size. And then on the inside, you see there's that poly pocket there in the front. It's got a nice high cut so your papers won't fall out, and it is two-sided. There's a pocket on either side here, which is awesome. The one thing that I liked about this notebook is the dividers are black, and they are in that poly plastic kind of material, so they're not going to wear and tear. They're going to be in good shape for a very long time. For me alone, these dividers were worth the cost of the $5, as were the plastic disc for storing any additional pages that you might have. All of the paper in this notebook is actually pretty thick paper, and it's very smooth, and you see that it is a dot grid. The dots are a little bit darker than I tend to like, but that's okay. Let me show you with that same pen, a little pen test in here. So this would be a there we go. And let's look on the back of this page. And again, you don't see anything back there at all. Now, perhaps with these thicker dots, the fine liner might not be the best thing to use, but we'll see how it works. Again, I was really buying it for these plastic tabs and the dividers because I do love black dividers. All right, moving on. A couple other things that I bought in addition to this notebook is I bought a couple of folders. Now this Mead folder, 5-star Mead folder, is absolutely beautiful. I bought this one because I love the colors, front and back, and it has the big pockets on the inside. So one here and then a separate one here, which I thought was just really pretty. I can always find a use for folders, and those watercolors were really attractive to me. I really like those. Another set of folders that I bought was this one, and this one is 9.3 by 11.5 inches. Again, it came from Five Below. You see on the inside it has these two pockets across here. And what I like to do with these folders is I like to make pocket folders for a traveler's notebook that I keep just with random notes and that kind of thing in it. Let me show you this one that I made here in the back last year. Again, that nice black poly cover. I have a section in this traveler's notebook that just says Christmas planner ideas when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to go in my Christmas planner. So this just has some blank pages in it with notes that I've written. But if you look here all the way in the back, you see that this is the same kind of pocket that we have here. So really all I did was take this folder, cut it in half, and use one side as a pocket and use the other side as a pocket. So that's this here. And then the other one is all the way up here in the front. And I use the pocket this way in here, and you can see that I have some post-it notes and stuff like that. So I kind of use it as a dashboard as well. Okay? All right, so anytime I see these kinds of really nice folders in colors that I like, I always go ahead and pick them up because, again, I can always find some use for them. Anyway, well, I just wanted to share with you all of the pretty things that I was able to find at Five Below during their back to school collection. I know I am primarily a digital planner, but I have been addicted to school supplies and stationery since I was a child, and I just can't seem to give up the habit. So I do still keep my church planner as a notebook that I can use to write down things during the church service. That's what this is going to be used for this year. And I just wanted to come on and share with you because I don't usually think of Five Below as a place to go and buy stationery. I just happened upon it this year, and I just wanted to share with you. Anyway, here's hoping that you can live a more organized and simplified life through better planning, whether it's paper or digital. Until next time, okay, bye.